The Etheric Cube. What is this Etheric Cube thing? I'm going to talk about the steps on how to use it, what it is. Basically, it's an energetic cube. So we have a material banana, we have an etheric banana, we have an energetic banana, okay? Now, Etheric Cube is useful because it helps you disconnect from etheric things, like really painful emotions that are digesting you alive, like thoughts that are your thoughts that you get stuck in, and you go woo, 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 around and around in a circle, and you never get any sleep at night. So Etheric Cube for etheric thoughts and etheric emotions. All you have to do to use it, you have to get legit with this though, all right? This is a legit thing. You have to relax, you have to want to let go of these things, okay? So you relax, and then inside yourself, in the darkness inside yourself, because we're gonna play pretend and we don't have to see what the background looks like, we have a glowing white cube, all right? Now that glowing white cube, you can place the item in it like a traumatizing memory, like a person that you can't stand, and like the financial fears, or I'm terrified to have this speech tomorrow and put myself out there in front of a bunch of people. So you could even write on this box, I hate this person, right? You can say however you want. It's your etheric cube and it's your relationship with your etheric experience. So now you place it in here and now you give it to God. You give it to love. You let go of it. Because your true nature is actually more silent than you can imagine, and it's more blissful than you know. So get that crap out of the way. Etheric Cube Part 2. There was a time in my life where I used the Etheric Cube on myself, that I was the problem. It wasn't me at the helm of myself that was the problem. It was me trying to get a task done that was super important, was time sensitive, and I had all these other aspects of me that were distracting, that were lazy, that were resisting, and I could actually organize all these frequencies out into individual personas that weren't on board with the task, okay? I was my own evil dictator. All right, so I placed each individual thing into an etheric box and I just sent it away. And I just kept doing this and doing this and doing this. And I kept doing this for like 2 weeks. I mean, I got the task done, but anything that was like, I don't want to do it. Okay, bye, gone. Go deal with whatever's. That's when Archangel Metatron came. And Archangel Metatron came with all these me's and just dumped them back into myself. I was like, whoa, what's this? He's like, no, you have got to deal with yourself. You've got to deal with yourself. You don't get to just box yourself up and send yourself away. Send these disliked parts to God. I only want to be with the me's that I get with, you know, like these me's, we're on the same page, you know, those me's, no. I got to work on this. I got to work on this thing called myself, right? So one thing I learned about the Etheric Cube, it wasn't wise to use it on myself. If you want to use it on yourself, go for it. You might just learn the same lesson in the same way that I experienced it. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll work for you. Maybe you can box yourself up infinitely so, and I don't know really what's going to be left of you. But you're infinite, so there's probably going to be infinitely more of yourself. Anyway, that was the second thing I wanted to say about the Etheric Cube. The Etheric Cube, let's keep talking about this because it's so much fun. I was thinking about this, Etheric Cube, and this memory about boxing myself up. And it got me thinking about free will. So free will gives me the right to do whatever I want, okay? And I have been trying my very best to prove that free will exists because we innately believe that exists. But sometimes what we innately believe exists then needs to be challenged because we think we know something. My finger's over there, by the way. We innately know something. That's what I was trying to do. All right, so if I did not, I was given the freedom, right, to box myself up and send myself away, only to learn that was inappropriate. And it was quite obvious that I did not ever want to do that again. And so I didn't feel inspired to cross that line. This is an example where I was allowed to do something, to make a mistake, you could call it that, but there are no mistakes in the universe, and then to self-realize about it and then decide what I wanted to do next. So there's a free will exploration here, okay? But in thinking about this, there's been other times where I'll be asked to, I don't know, look into some energy, or I myself will look into some energy. And I know with every core of my being that no matter how hard I try, and no matter from what angle that I will assess this, I will not have access to it. It's just the energy itself says no. So is the energy itself that is saying no, it's free will to say no to me? I have the free will to try, but it has the free will to say no to me. I also feel as though I am redirected, you know, like I'm conveniently redirected. So is it my free will then to go where I want to go, but then the free will of something else then to redirect me? And so my free will is only as free as it then is towards the thing that also has a free will towards me. So my free will can only go so far. My free will is always going to be up against someone else's free will. So where's my ultimate cosmic free will? Like, I have to share, you know? I have to share my experience across the cosmic domino effect here. I don't just get it all forever and ever, like to the extremist degree, and then some, and then say I can be happy forever and ever, because that's my free will. Even if somehow the joy of containing a trillion things becomes boring, because yes, that does happen to souls. They get the free will to be like cosmic vacuums, and then they're never full, okay? And they need more. And so really they just need to become the pinpoint and then find the gratitude. So your free will is like time sensitive, man. Your free will is only so much. Like the free will to be happy, yes, even when you're sad, yes, you have that free will. So I have the free will, but then what is the free will of my sadness? And how do I counteract its free will? Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that in the Etheric Cube. This is just my mind, the wheels turn, you know. One final thing about the Etheric Cube, I had mentioned this in my Helping Demons series. Yes, I did a series on not helping, it's helping demons, helping yourself. Like, we don't get to help demons because they're demons. Like, we're a victim of them. Like, we don't want to help them. We're a victim of them. But the demon is a victim of itself. Okay? So we always have to find our balance here with the Christ consciousness. And so when we find our balance with the Christ consciousness, right? Now we emanate that pure love energy that's non-judgmental. And so if I want to hate that demon, then I'm being very superficial. And I'm being very thin. And I'm not understanding the bigger picture of why the exchange. I might not be understanding the importance of going within myself, as though this is simply a tool for me to self-realize. Am I the victim, or am I the master healer? Or am I strong enough to set up a boundary and have nothing to do with that person ever again, even if I care about their well-being? If they don't care about their well-being, then I need to leave them with that. That sucks. But demons, it's complex. It's more than just a spiritual thing. That's why the Etheric Cube is so important, because this is all etheric conversation, right? And so we've got a demon here, and let's say we really do have a demon. I'm bringing this up because of that Helping Demons series. What did I call that? It's like Demons Help or something. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description. But I did this, and I'm going to do this again, okay? So in my hand here, there is a cube. You don't have to see it. It's there because you know it's there. So are we playing pretend, or is this reality? I can't see your thoughts. Can you? Are they pretend things, or are they real things? So now I want you to define, what is your demon? This could be a real demon, all right? Or this could be, I'm angry all the time. And so my demon is my weakness to anger. So it's your inner demon, right? So your demon could be childhood trauma that just haunts you for years and years and years. It's just like saturated in the fabric of your body. It's like your body contains it. And you need to break, for God's sakes, right? And so here we have a cube, right? And so here is my hand, and I'm just taking, you define what it is. What is it that I'm taking? Just gonna pluck that. Here's my childhood trauma in the cube, okay? And here's this demon that's pestering me. It's really hard. Put that in the cube, okay? Then I pluck out all the challenges you're struggling with in your job, okay? Put that in there. So pluck out your grief and sadness over not being able to lose weight. This stuff is real. This stuff is hard. And so I pluck it out, okay? What is the thing? Plucking it out. Putting it in here. It's gone now. It's in this cube. I don't contain it. You don't contain it. The cube contains it. Now, I take this cube, send the cube to God. There you go. All better now. Obviously, there's a little bit more to say about the Etheric Cube. Something I forgot. This is about astral prison concept. So, I've come across this in the infinite universe in many different ways. Different dimensions that contain libraries of cubes. And in these cubes could be whole worlds and experiences. And these cubes could be actual singular souls. And these souls are trying to get out of their self-imprisonment, okay? So when you have yourself now stuck in a cube, you then are imprisoning yourself. So you are holding yourself back from what? Could be holding yourself back from a healthy relationship. Why in the world would you ever do that? What is the material of the cube then? What are the walls that you are creating between yourself and the thing that you want? That is an astral prison, all right? That's an example. But you could have quite a horrifying chaos, because chaos, the material of it needs to be put to sleep. And so if you can put the chaos to sleep, now the chaos is not chaos, it's sleeping. It's harmony, right? But you have souls that are really extreme, and they just do not, you can't reconcile it with them. They're very, very attached to what their vision is and where they're going, and that's that, and nothing you can do can stop me. Nothing you do can stop me. So then I take my cosmic hand and I place them into an etheric cube, into an astral prison, and no more. Done. All right? So you might say, well, what gives you the right to just put them in a cube and decide their fate? They decided their own fate. It was essential for their growth and development. It was essential for the next step in their cosmic learning, for someone like me to be called to find someone like them and put them into a cube shape. And in that cube, they will find their pathway to their next exploration, their next experience. Everything is guided, like I said about the free will. So that thing's free will stopped by something like God's free will to guide them through my free will, apparently, which I didn't even know I was doing. I just ran across them and then just cosmically put them into an astral prison. It's like, well, you put yourself in there. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. This is exactly what you wanted. I just happened to be the one to help you realize you put yourself there. That's just how it works. It just works that way. So the free will of that thing versus the free will of God versus the free will of Abbey versus the free will of an infinite universe full of unfathomable quantities of dominoes, and all of it works harmoniously in balance perfectly. Do you find that fascinating? It's kind of like a sacred geometry thing in and of itself. Anyway, that Now, obviously, I'm doing it differently. I did a live recently. I did good. Now, I was gonna make these as shorts, but I was so sick of trying to fit it into 60 seconds that I just kept my camera like this, and then I just made some videos, and I didn't care about the time, and then I'm just gonna link these together and just share with you guys this little Etheric Cube conversation. I hope you had fun with it. If I can help you in a session, you can book a session with me at my website. It's abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I would love to connect with you and help you in your life. You can book a 15-minute, 30, 60-minute session. I do by voice recording. I do by video. That's an add-on. And then I do live for 60-minute sessions, and for psychic mentoring, I do live Zoom meetings. So you can book at my website, abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com/abbeynormalswisdomquest. And what I'm doing out there this month of February, healing realms of hell. Glorious. Hope to see you there. Bye for now.